Sirens of Titan is an epic adventure story that takes place in our entire solar system, in which the richest, most depraved jerk on Earth loses everything and has to relearn how to be a human being.
So it actually has a lot of touching moments. It's about a man finding what's truly worthwhile.
Who is sent on this interplanetary odyssey to find the meaning of life.
And a woman rediscovering herself.
And along the way, he finds out the bitter truth.
I think the remarkable thing about this play is that it accomplishes what is seemingly impossible, like staging a sci-fi novel. When I heard we were proposing it, I was like, that's great. I hope we can do it, because it seems like not possible whatsoever.
We go to Mars, we go to Mercury, we join an army, we attack Earth, all kinds of crazy shit happens.
There's so many working parts. We have spaceships, we have LED lights buried into things that you wouldn't expect them in.
It's like a sci-fi movie from 1959.
It's just hard to explain without giving a lot of secrets away what's in here.
The story involves a thing called a chronosynclastic infundibulum. It's an anomaly that's shaped like a funnel and kind of sucks you into time and space. It looks simple, but it was a whole lot of work and a whole lot of hands went into figuring out how to make that into something that was simple and elegant and would be a fun theatrical convention for an audience to watch.
I really like what Ben has done with the show. You know, he gave it a kind of a fun 50s sci-fi look, which I think is great. Flying saucers and the spacesuits and the fishbowl helmets, as Vonnegut calls them, makes it fun.
We were also looking at sci-fi movies like Earth vs. Flying Saucers or The Day the Earth Stood Still. Not a lot of 90-degree angles, it's a lot of curves. We have at least 2 pretty awesome flying saucers on our set that the audience can really experience.
We're using so much electricity that it could blow at any moment.
The set's pretty big.
We were going with kind of like an homage to sci-fi movies of the 1950s, but also psychedelic rock influence, kind of like a Pink Floyd influence.
What drew me to this project is when I was about 18 years old, I discovered Kurt Vonnegut. Like a lot of people, I read Slaughterhouse-5, and it blew my mind. And I went through all of Vonnegut's literary things. This is the first copy of the Sirens of Titan. I read this book, which was an insane space opera.
And Sirens of Titan, I think I stumbled on it in college, and I was floored. Sirens of Titan was my first exposure to humanism, what that concept was. It doesn't matter what you believe in or who you think is in charge of all of this. All that matters is that you've got to just be kind.
Serious, strong truths about what it is to be human and what it is to care about other people. It seemed very timely and important for today.
It's got this interesting philosophical through line that's masked by this wacky space story and this adventure. It's probably one of Vonnegut's most visual books.
So there are 2 back-to-back moments in the Sirens of Titan that are just so impactful for me, both found in the Old Bee and Old Constant scene. That is such an incredible giving moment that I had to be a part of this production. The next moment where he says to Salo,
I get to say the meaning of life, and I'm not going to do it here in this interview because that sort of ruins it.
I just think those are beautiful moments.
If it does exist in this world, a meaning of life, I think this play actually articulates it.
You know, the show is very smart, and our cast, you know, I would hate to combine all their IQs. It would be a shockingly high number, but the cast also, like, really embodies what I think is the vibe of Kurt Vonnegut, you know, that weird sense of humanity and sarcasm.
I mean, Sacred Fools really was able to showcase the talents of some high caliber actors here, with the technical components being scary, difficult to execute. If we hadn't had the caliber of actors that we had, then we really would have been terrified of ever opening this for an audience.
Someone pointed out early on, when Donald Trump appeared on the scene, that he seemed like a character created by Kurt Vonnegut. Kind of larger than life and completely insane. He's like a cartoon character, but yet here he is, running the world. I would love to know what Vonnegut would make of all of this. I think he would have a good laugh.
Life is funny. Life is not to be taken too seriously. We are supposed to all just enjoy ourselves and take care of each other.
I hope that after you see this play, you want to go read the book to kind of delve deeper into this world, but I think that this show would make perfect sense whether you've read the book or not.
To revive something that's been sort of literally disappeared for 40 years, I think is a monumental achievement. People talk about me reanimating things. Well, I think they're the real reanimators. Long live Sacred Fools.